Darren Lizzie here with my review for Oats Studios' new film, or, well, I guess film, short, whatever you want to call it. It's 20 minutes. Their new short, their first short, called Rakka. Rakka is pretty much your classic alien invasion story, post-apocalyptic. Aliens have invaded these weird, creepy-looking, very interesting, detailed creatures. I don't think they had a name in the film. Let's just say they're called Rakka, but yeah, they've invaded the planet. They've pretty much took it over, just decimated the entire place, build these giant, weird, liquid, organic mega structures around the globe. They're using humans as, similar to what the xenomorphs do. They're using them as incubators for new aliens. I think they covered the Eiffel Tower in flesh, and it's a lot of weird stuff, but it's interesting. It is interesting, and it does make for some cool aesthetics. They've risen the temperature of the Earth and whatnot. It's very, very interesting, this alien invasion. And the story pretty much follows, at least on the human side, some characters trying to rebuild and rebel against these alien invaders, and get the Earth back. Your classic story of aliens versus humans. There's a resistance and whatnot, so nothing new there, but it is still very interesting to watch. Now, Oats Studios, if you don't know, is a project run by Neil Blomkamp, the director of District 9, Elysium, and Chappie. It's a new studio designed to give Blomkamp and fellow filmmakers, I think he's inviting other filmmakers onto this project as well, and future upcoming filmmakers and whatnot. They pretty much to give them the freedom to do what they want, and as the trailer suggested, to make some really weird shit. And I don't know if this studio is going to mostly pertain to sci-fi. I think everything I've seen behind the scenes, what he's been sharing, what Blomkamp has been, has been sharing on social media, seems to suggest that this is more sci-fi driven. I've really been dying to see what the outcome of this Oats project is, because the trailer really intrigued me, really hooked me. I'm really happy that Blomkamp has found something that he can this gives him freedom. It's nice that he has, I don't know what the financials are behind this studio or whatnot, but it's nice that a director can have the freedom just to be like, I want to do whatever I want. And I'm not saying that's going to be great. I'm not saying all these things are going to be great, as I'm going to get more into my review of problems I had with Rakka. But it's just nice to see a creative have the freedom to just be like, this is what I'm going to do. This is my vision, and I'm just going to do it. And I'm going to be experimental with it. And I'm just going to do some different things that maybe we can't see in a big budget film. And that's nice to see a director, a creative, an artist go after that. So, like I said before, the first episode of this Oats Studios, this is Volume 1. It was released on Wednesday, July 14th, and I finally got a chance to sit down and watch all of it, and here's pretty much what I thought. Let's just start with the positives. I think this movie, is classic Blomkamp. This is classic. It has the people exploding. It has the really weird aliens. It has the disgusting hybrid-ish creations and machinations that we saw in District 9 and also Elysium. You can see everything he's done in the past, you can see in this, for better or worse, you can see in this film. And that's very interesting. It's just nice to see him get to play, and just really get to play with this world. And it's very bloody, it's very violent, it's very disgusting. Like I said, the designs of these creatures, I could just look at them all day. I'd never want to see them ever in my life. But just looking at these things, they are so weird, and they have like these 4 arms and everything, and like they're worshiping, like this. It's so much said in this short as well, without being said, about these aliens and how they work. They're really interested in experimenting on us, and they're also not that impressed with us either. Just the way some of them study us. And then like there's also this really disturbing scene, absolutely disturbing scene, but also mesmerizing, in which these things are burning this guy. I guess they slashed him half or something, and like there's like screaming at him, and like just screaming at this pillar of fire, and it's a beautiful shot, disturbing as all hell, but the composition is great. But yeah, it's just, these creatures are awesome. The production value, while sometimes it felt a little fan filmy. I know I'm blending negatives and positives. It did feel a bit fan filming in some places. But yeah, I mean, watching something like this on YouTube is great. And yeah, just these aliens, and there's times where I actually did feel like I was watching a feature. So that was great as well. The production value helps sometimes, doesn't help other times, but it's just nice to see this, or the positive sides of everything. It's nice to see this much craft thrown into a YouTube video. This video was also split into 3 parts. The first part for me sucked me in automatically. It hit me right away. I was in. I was ready. I was really excited about the first part. The second part kind of falls down. I really do think that these videos going forward, they do need subtitles and captions, because there's one character in here, I think his name was, it started with an N, but yeah, I just couldn't understand him. I really couldn't. And yeah, they just need to add some subtitles. And also, he's just a very cliched, you know, I wanted the world to end a long time ago, and it finally did. I get to do whatever I want now. Whoa! It's just I've seen that character, and that's one of my problems with this short. Sometimes it's a lot of, I've seen it before. But yeah, it's splitting into 3 parts, I didn't feel was absolutely necessary. I would have rather them maybe just release each part separately instead of just splicing it all together, because it kind of ruined the flow at times. I would have just rather it just be like, okay, here's part 1 to be continued, part 2 to be continued, part 3 to be continued. But I guess if this was just an episode, I don't know if this, it's just some of the details on the Oats project or Oats Studios is a little vague, so I don't know if this was just an episode. Fine, I understand that. You could look at the parts segmented as commercials. But if this is just a standalone thing, then maybe I think it just would just, you know, fix the flow a little bit better. And the characters themselves are okay. They're okay. It's nice to see Sigourney Weaver playing a badass again. It's, you know, maybe that's what we could have gotten in the canceled Alien 5. But yeah, it's just nice to see that Blomkamp did get to direct Weaver in something. Also wanted to point out, just going back to some positives as well, the score is awesome in this. I mean, I really hope that, I think his name was, yeah, the music in this film is by Lorne Balfe, and I just really want him to come back, because you can hear the score, just the segment of the score I really loved. You can hear in your first trailer. Stay on in the trailer for Oats Volume 1, it's just fantastic. I mean, man, it really sucked me in. Also, as I spoke to before when I saw the creatures, you know, screaming at that thing, the camera work in this film is, some of it's really spectacular. Some of it's, you know, but there's just certain parts, like there's this part where you see a car crash in reverse, just like some of the shots of the alien, some of these just slow shots of the aliens. There's one part where, you know, there's a little girl's looking at one of the creatures. It is just some beautiful cinematography here and there in this short. But yeah, those were my general thoughts on the first. I wouldn't really call this an official review. There's some of my thoughts about Oats Studios-Vol 1 Rakka. I think this is a good start. It's not flawless. It's not a flawless start. It still has some problems with it. This is definitely a good start to this. I keep wanting to say universe, because what we're involved with, you know, how in depth we are with shared universes right now. But this is a good start to this project, to this studio, and I really want to see what else this studio has to offer. I mean, like I said, one of the things I loved about this video was that it is classic Blomkamp. Like, this is classic Neil Blomkamp. So I really enjoyed that. The action was great. I think they still need to work on just their characters, and also maybe use a little less exposition, show don't tell. So I would kind of wish they just work on that. But overall, I can't wait to see what comes next. I can't wait to see what else comes from Volume 1. I know we got a lot more weird things coming. I think we also have some like reimagining on Vietnam coming as well, so that's gonna be pretty fun. But yeah, so if you guys have seen Rakka, Oats Studios Rakka Volume 1, please let me know what you thought about it. Please leave some comments in the comment sections below. And also, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you like hearing me talk about movies, please hit that subscribe button. Come join the conversation. Also, if you want to find me somewhere else talking about movies, you guys can also check me out on To the Last Credit. It's a YouTube channel that I run with a couple other guys. You can, if you want to check out my thoughts on Black Panther, the Black Panther trailer, if you want to check out my solo review of Wonder Woman, if you want to check out some more thoughts I have on some recent movies, or The Mummy, which I really did not like, head over that channel and check me out over there. So with all that being said, I'm Darren Leslie. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you guys next time.